My name is Charles Kincaid. We, at Fox Creek Christian Church, we worship openly. We come to church all the time. In places around the world, they have to do their worship in secret because of religious persecution. I was a veteran of the United States Army for 6 years. I was honorably discharged. After I got out of the service, I went to school and I received a degree in nursing and was an ICU nurse for about 13 years. I was medically retired in 2012, and me and my family, we got planted here at Fox Creek Christian Church soon after. Not too long ago, I had a really heated argument with my wife, and I retreated back to our bedroom because I didn't want to hear what she had to say, and I'm sure she didn't want to hear what I had to say either. Soon she came back into the bedroom and she said, "I don't know what's really holding you back. I don't know what really that knot is that you have in your heart that's keeping God from coming and really dwelling with you." At about that point in time, I said, "You can just leave me alone." And I said, "I'll work this out on my own." And it came very evident through the night when God was waking me up that He continued to put me in the Word, and He kept me in the Word for about 48 hours. And what He revealed to me was, it wasn't big sins like murder or stealing or any type of real debauchery. What it really came down to is I had jealousy and envy and a quick temper. And what I was doing is I was damaging my salvation. I was damaging my marriage. I was damaging myself as a dad. I was damaging myself, period. I was in need of some spiritual guidance. So I came and I talked to Ben, our youth minister, and I shared what was going on in my life. And we talked for a while, and what became keenly evident is what I needed to do is I had to go to those people that I had been wronging. I had to go to my wife and my kids and one other individual in my life, and had to confess my sins to those people, because those sins were keeping me from God. They were keeping me from Jesus. They were keeping me from getting filled by the Holy Spirit. They were keeping me from really trying to be a disciple of Christ. So I went to those individuals and I told them what was going on, and slowly but surely, or maybe even quickly, that knot was broken. And I felt better about myself. I always thought that, like I said, that those big sins were going to send me to hell. But really what I found out is the little sins were what were really eroding my life. They kept me from joy and peace and happiness, all those fruits of the Spirit that we're all supposed to have. I went to one individual. Actually, I went to a couple individuals, and I just confessed my sins to them. And I remember my wife saying just the other day, she said, what God stirs up in the heart, that it would move down into the feet, that it would get people moving toward Christ. And since I've confessed my sins, since I really humbled myself before these people that I had wronged for several years, God lifted that burden up. He can lift your burden up too. He can take it away. We just have to look to Christ. We have to look toward God. We have to look toward our spiritual leaders. And what we have to do is we have to humble ourselves before the Lord. And we have to recognize and realize that we can't do anything to get to heaven on our own. It's all by grace. Without God's grace, without Jesus hanging on the cross, without the Holy Spirit filling our life up, we're just a lot of empty vessels. And I just don't want to be an empty vessel. I want to be somebody that's going to help. I want to help my kids get to. I want to help my kids get to heaven.